Hey guys, it's Jake. In this video, I'll be explaining how to create and maintain a theme for your clothing brand. And this can really be applied to any business. Clothing brands are just my vehicles of choice. Also, this video is sponsored by myself and my digital assets for clothing brands, but I'll get back to that later. So a theme, in general, is the consistent, expected, malleable ambiance that gives things personality and recognition. In English, it's the style that something has. You want someone who has already been exposed to your brand before to be able to, one, see any part of your brand again and instantly think of the brand as a whole. An example could be seeing Supreme's box logo, then immediately thinking of the other pieces they've made, their skating history, pop-up experiences, etc. And or two, see something in the wild that you can reference in your brand, and then that wild thing reminds them of your brand. An example could be seeing a fleur-de-lis or an ornate cross and thinking of chrome hearts, or hearing loved ones talk about love for each other at a family gathering and thinking of Get Some Sleep's Everyone I Love Is Here hoodie. The last one's a super specific example, but it subconsciously happens if the person has previously experienced the brand and has an affinity for it. You want to keep your brand in the customer's mind for as long as possible and as frequently as possible. Let's start with looking at some examples to give appropriate context, and then we can expand from that and then tie to what I said in the intro. So we're gonna start with Heron Preston. His theme to me is like an industrial work in progress vibes, almost like a collaboration between Caterpillar and Off-White. It's high end, but still expresses a feeling that the piece is still under construction and it should remain on the drawing board until completion. There seems to be some overlap between Heron Preston and Off-White, most notably the heavy use of orange and the in-construction energy, but I feel like Heron leans more into that atmosphere with pieces like these. Another way to view Heron's theme is to bring the dirty, mechanical, technical paraphernalia of a construction site, cleaning them up and incorporating them into stylized jewelry and garments, merging the two totally different atmospheres into a cohesive entity. Here's a little exercise for you. Try thinking of two completely different environments or atmospheres and see what they'd look like if you merge them together. Next is Chrome Hearts. Chrome Hearts' theme expresses a luxurious, holy, punk, biker, rock star vibe. Imagine if the Pope in the 1500s was a little rebellious and angsty. He'd be wearing Chrome Hearts with that fat, ornate silver cross stamped onto his cassock. This is a cassock. Their look is leather, a lot of custom silver embellishments, and black, traditionally speaking. Next is Blue Boy. Blue Boy's theme is a very down-to-earth, raw sketchbook style. Blue has embraced his artistic drawing style and has used that as his main vehicle to deliver his brand to his audience, similar to Warren Lotus's skeleton figure vehicle. Blue has created his own figure, the Blue Boy, and the complementaries, the spider, ghosts, very spooky, his heart, which looked like a pop balloon, I think, his Reaper, art is war mantra, and all relevant drawings and stylings that give his brand that unique cohesion and expression. Blue also posts frequently on his personal page, not just his brand page. He, as an individual, is the brand, which means his behavior, the way he speaks to his audience, the way he shows mock-up work in progress pictures, the way he just shares his journey is all a part of his brand image, and it heavily influences his theme. Next is Hamkus. Not many people have heard of this brand. Hamkus' theme is very otherworldly. They've created a universe where their clothes represent a variety of factions and communities that live and operate in said universe. Each garment is meant for a specific job and exists in a specific place. Their Instagram also provides more world building if you like keeping up with those kinds of things. These types of clothes remind me of something that would live in the Star Wars universe, on a sort of industrial working planet. Lots of paneling, tactical utilities, layering. These garments belong somewhere. They're made for certain environments and stressors. Their theme is this futuristic, long time ago industrial working vibe that you'd expect populations to wear on the Star Wars planets of Hoth, Kessel, Coruscant, Jakku, and so on. So now that we've explained more or less what a theme is and gave some examples on how other brands have established their themes, let's expand these into actual steps. But first, let me tell you about this incredibly valuable tool that every clothing brand should use, my Seaggs Vector Mockup Pack and my manufacturer list. And what just released is my sneaker Mockup Pack, and I made a bunch of bundles for these too. My clothing Mockup Pack is a template of 23 garments that can be easily manipulated in Adobe Illustrator, and so many people have been using my pack to make some great clothes. The sneaker pack is the same thing, but for shoes. Easily communicate with manufacturers, make custom pieces within seconds, and make your tech packs look cohesive and professional. And once you design your collection, use my manufacturer list to find the perfect manufacturer for you. Every resource in here I've personally used and I trust them. Check it out at Seaggs.com, link in bio. Add over. So there's a million ways to come up with a theme for anything, and any type of inspiration or affinity can work for you. But here are some guides to help give you an idea on how to think about a theme. Note, these are not the end-all be-all guides. You can easily think of more categories if you need to. So first, location. Where does your brand or product live? What environment would it be appropriate in? Something realistic like activewear, so desert, snow, mountains, camping. Or a graphic tee may belong in a skate park, outdoor mall, chilling with friends for grade school students, etc. Maybe something unrealistic like a futuristic puffer coat with neon accents that would belong in space in the future. This example isn't real, but figuring out a location can help inspire a look for a garment, or a whole collection, or even the direction for your entire brand. Next is the aesthetic. Looking back at Heron Preston and Chrome Hearts, their aesthetic is pretty clear. Heron Preston likes industrial looks, orange colors, unconventional hardware choices, construction vibes, and Chrome Hearts is punky, dark, gothically elegant. It's for rich bikers and so on. Try to describe a very specific theme with multiple elements as homework. What would the main colors be? Who would wear these garments? What other brands could your brand be worn with? What's the temperature of the brand? Chrome Hearts and A Cold Wall give very cold emotions, while brands like Aviator Nation and Carrots give very warm and bright emotions. Think about your aesthetic and how you'll be perceived in the market. Next is community. Another way to find a theme is to look at the people around you. Who are people like you? Where do you belong? Like-minded people usually like similar things. Your theme could be community-based and called to a group of people that all represent and/or support a common interest. Examples could be Supreme and their association with the skating culture, Aviator Nation and their appeal from the rich coastal beach populations, and Rick Owens for sad people and their geo things. Next is emotion. You could find an emotion that resonates with your audience. It could be welfare, like for a non-profit charitable brand like Advisory Board Crystals, or it could be sadness and contain lots of emotional quotes like Get Some Sleep. It's a very broad spectrum of emotion. You want to make people feel a certain way or reach a certain group of people that usually feel a certain way. Affordable. You could also want to be the really accessible and affordable type of brand or company, and the direction of reaching everybody will help guide your business decisions and the products and services you offer. And the last example is to use innovation as your driver in producing products. You always want to think outside the box and do things no one's done before. Advisory Board Crystals grinds property healing crystals into their dye. That's pretty damn unique and cool. Yeezy made his one-piece foam footwear. That was pretty new and helped shape a new wave. All these examples aren't set in stone. A brand can have multiple of these angles. They're just nice to be aware of and can help direct your train of thought. Whatever your theme is, dance around it, play with it, work within the bounds of the theme. People love consistency and being a part of something. And that's how to think about creating a theme. Sometimes it'll be difficult maintaining it as you think of new products, but practice makes improvement, and be sure to look at the brands that are in the market. See what their theme is and why they're good at it. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Check out my brands and check out my Mockup pack and manufacturer list. They're very valuable. See ya.